This is a Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 that Edmunds owns, and you can read all about it at Edmunds.com, where we report on what it's like to own and operate this vehicle. You can also go to Edmunds.com, sell my car, to get an instant cash offer on your car. But let's talk about drag racing. Next to me is what appears to be a green Mustang. Is that what that is, Alistair?
It's the German Mustang. It is a BMW M8 competition. Can't say that in a German accent.
I appreciate the effort. Well, I've got 760 horsepower from a supercharged 5.2 liter V8. I'm about 4,200 pounds. I've got an automatic transmission, and I am rear drive and cost $80,000.
Well, I have a 4.4 litre twin turbo V8 automatic transmission, but I have a choice of either rear or all-wheel drive.
And what does that choice cost you?
Well, the M8 competition starts at $146,000. But by the time you add the fancy green paint, the carbon ceramic brakes, the fancy hi-fi, and a few other bits and bobs, you arrive at $176,000. So pretty much the same as the Mustang, give or take 100 grand.
Give or take a brand new 911 as well, I guess.
Putting it another way.
So this is clearly not a competition of price, but this is a pairing because the power figures are similar. We know from the test track the acceleration results are similar. We want to see what happens in a heads up. Are you reading a book?
Yeah, I was just trying to work out the launch control. It's a 6-point plan. Number 1 is switch on drive ready state, select sequential mode with gear 1 and drive logic program S3. Launch control is available when the engine is at operating temperature. The engine is at operating temperature after an uninterrupted trip of at least 6 miles or 10 kilometers.
He's still going.
And then you have to drive a certain distance. Okay, let's just get on with it.
Yes, please. Let's do this race. So are you going to be an all-wheel drive on this run?
That would be giving it away.
All right. So we'll both be in launch control, and we'll both do the best we can on this run. All right, let's do it.
I may be in launch control. That's determined by the German computer, which may or may not play ball.
The Mustang.
Have you turned your air conditioning off?
When the race starts, I will. The GT500.
Carlos, can I make a suggestion that we run with air conditioning on, given that we're in the desert and it's about 110 degrees?
If you really feel like you need that advantage with your $170,000 BMW, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Okay, so we're going to turn it off now. Okay.
So to turn on launch control, I'm going to put this in drag strip mode, and then I'm going to put the exhaust in track mode. Then I can actually choose the launch RPM that I want. I'm going to set the launch control RPM as low as it can possibly go, because this is a rather poor street surface, and I have 760 horsepower that I'm going to try to route through 2 tires. Challenging predicament.
Okay, so the truth is we are running in all-wheel drive, but I've genuinely no idea till I bang. In theory, I hit the brake with my left foot as hard as I can, and then I boot the throttle with my right foot past the kick down point. That should activate the launch control, but only if the computer decides that it's happy with life. So I don't think I will actually know. If not, then we'll just use my left foot on the brake and then just try and sidestep the brake and launch it from there.
I fear that he might do better on the launch because the front axle is going to help assist the car get off the line. He's putting less power to each tire than I am. If you divide his power by 4 and divide my power by 2, you'll see the difference. I can't do math, so do it at home. Use Excel or Google, it's your friend. So the trick will be relying on launch control to do the best it can to get this car out of the hole, and then rely on the power surplus that I have to reel him in towards the finish. And if I lose, I can buy more go fast stuff for my GT500 because I haven't spent $170,000 on a BMW.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, the delay on the launch control, come on!
Oh, this thing just launches!
And there's no traction at first gear, and the BMW's gone! He's just gone! Come on!
Honestly, I didn't even see which way the Mustang went. We were doing 117 at the end of the run.
Launch control, as you well know, Alistair, is delayed from the time that you release the brake to the time that you start moving, more so than it has any right to be. So I watched you probably get by the first cone before I even started moving.
Well, that's why you pay $176,000.
I guess that's why you pay $176,000. And once underway, I felt like I was barely reeling you in.
Honestly, this thing launches extraordinarily well. The launch control did work, and it just picked up and flew. And you're just a passenger, and there's not a lot of skill involved. We're doing about 117 as I passed the last cone. You know what else is quite cool for 176 grand? When I'm on the circuit, the sat nav in the instruments actually tells me I'm on Willow Springs International, and it even told me when I'm in the pit lane. Now that is, even you've got to admit that's pretty cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't need to spend $176,000 to get that because the Shelby GT500's navigation system tells me I'm on turn 1.
Oh. Okay, why don't we do one more and give you a chance to actually go on the B of Bang?
Right. So are you going to stay in all-wheel drive?
So let's stay in all-wheel drive. I'll give you one more go, and then I'm going to switch to rear-wheel drive and demonstrate that my German horses are better than your American nags.
German horse is probably a horrifically long word with more consonants than anybody could rightfully pronounce.
This car has 617 thirds.
Drivers ready?
All right, get the launch right. Come on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was a oh, the all-wheel drive just takes him away. Come on, and the delay on first to second. There's just too much power, not enough traction.
It is extraordinary how this thing launches.
This is why all-wheel drive is good, kids. This is why drag radials are good, kids. This is why prep surface is good, kids. But all-wheel drive just can put down more power than rear drive can.
Carlos had time to look in the rearview mirror to see where you were.
Okay, I feel like we left at the same time, and yet the additional grip you have through that front axle just pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls.
I'm feeling a bit less bad about the last race now.
So what's the acceleration like in that thing?
I don't think I've ever been in a car that launches so hard and so easily. 617 horsepower. We know this is a dusty circuit. We know it's hot. And it just goes. And you just sort of sit here like a passenger. There's not a lot of skill involved. Well, no, actually, I'm wrong. There's a lot of talent involved, and that's why I'm winning comfortably.
You, such a humble winner, such a humble victor. I think what we got to do now is see what happens when that thing is limited to just 2 drive wheels instead of 4.
I will happily accept the challenge. So I'm giving away, 140 horsepower. We're going into rear-wheel drive only, which is the BMW's party piece. It's designed as a drift mode, but it's also fun for having drag races too with a bit more skill.
You might say leveling the playing field, right?
So I'm going into two-wheel drive and stability control off.
Okay, I too am going to deactivate all of my electronic assists. No launch control here. And we are just going to see what happens.
Okay.
It's fair this time. Rear drive, no launch control, no assist. A battle of whose right foot has the most restraint.
So the question now is, do I actually want to ride the brake a little bit and build up the revs, or is that just going to light up the rear end?
You tell me, Mr. Talent.
I haven't put my racing boots on. So just to be clear, with 760 horsepower, you should win this one. I was also looking at the weight distribution. So we had this car on the scales at the Edmonds test track at the beginning of the week. Well, this car is not 50-50, it's 55-45 front to rear.
So that's only, what's the Mustang's 56-44, so basically it's the same weight distribution.
Are you saying this to make me feel better?
Drivers ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Come on! Oh, I pedaled it. Oh, come on!
Oh, where is he? Where is he?
Oh, we're pretty much. Oh, I'm pulling him! I'm pulling on him! I'm pulling on him! Ah, come on! Oh!
That was a lot closer. That was a lot closer. I was looking in my rear view mirror where he was.
So quickly I was catching you!
I kept looking in my rear view mirror feed, I couldn't see you, so I was just kind of keeping the FUD in.
I spun a little bit too hard through second gear, and that just helped you get that inch. But if this race went on any longer, I would have had you.
Yeah, at some point the grunt kicks in, right? As soon as you can deploy the traction.
Yeah, it's just traction limited. When you don't have the surface, when you don't have the right amount of grip, that's what happens. But man, when this thing hooks up, it pulls so hard. It's an unbelievable amount of acceleration.
Right, I'm gonna give you one more go, just to restore a little bit of pride. A rolling race, 40 miles an hour to the first cone, and then nail it.
You're on.
I'm gonna stay in two-wheel drive. I'm gonna give you everything.
That's not giving me an advantage. Roll on race, 40 miles an hour. And whoever can put the most power down the fastest will win this.
Okay, wait for the cone, wait for the cone.
All right, here we
40 miles
go.
an hour exactly, 40 miles an hour exactly, and nail it. Come on. It's coming, it's coming!
That's like you
That Mustang sounds ridiculous.
Hey,
What's the saying? Give Americans long enough and they'll always come in first.
Yeah, once the plucky Brits have sorted it out first.
At least I don't need a degree in how to use launch control or 170 grand to be faster when you're already moving. It's kind of a technicality of a win there, but I'll take it. Our real-world drag and roll-on races basically matched our test results at the laboratory. Benefiting from all-wheel drive and an effective yet overly fussy launch control, the M8 is significantly faster to 60 miles an hour. The GT500 starts catching up as the race goes on, assuming you get the launch just right. The Shelby loses at the quarter mile though by 1/10 of a second, but check out the difference in trap speed. That GT500 is cooking. The Shelby also posts a shorter stopping distance to 60 miles an hour and slightly higher average lateral G around our skid pad. Both of these cars have the same make and model tire, but the Shelbys are slightly larger. So Alistair, what have we learned in this experiment?
That $176,000 buys you something that can launch better than a GT500.
But not necessarily a car that will be faster from 40 miles an hour when you're driving fast.
All of that is true.
Until the next time, thank you for watching. Make sure to visit edmunds.com/sellmycar to get an instant cash offer on your very car. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thanks for watching this video.
Thank you, everyone.